and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing a natural look. It is probably the most natural look I've ever attempted before as well. I did a poll on my Facebook and it won by a landslide. It was between this look or a more colorful, vibrant look, and the natural look one. So firstly, I'm going to dive in to the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette. My eyes have already been prepped and primed, so I'm just going to take my Morphe M573 and dip into the shade Subtle. I'm just going to focus that right into the transition area, only taking it about a quarter to halfway in. Now I'm going to dip into the shade Parched with my M441, and I'm going to just dust that around the edges. Going back to my M573, I'm going to dip into the shade Drizzle. It's a beautiful dark chocolate brown matte. I'm going to focus that very low on the outer corner. Now I'm going to take a clean M573 and dip back into the shade Subtle. And blend in the transition area with our darker shade that we put on the outer corner, which is called Drizzle. And now I'm going to go back in with the shade Parched on my M441 and buff out the edges. I'm going to take my Heart Candy Glamoflauge and place a bit on the back of my hand. And using this Eyeliner Cosmetics rounded flat brush, I'm going to cut my crease about halfway. I'm dabbing around the edges just to buff it in a little. I'm going to go back with my M573 and just buff around the edges near the outer corner. Using a clean round top flat brush from Eyeliner Cosmetics, I'm going to take my my Morphe 35F Fall Into Frost palette, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here. I'm going to use patting motions to apply this to the lid where I placed concealer. Now I'm going to dip into this shade right here and mix it between the two near the middle and outer corner. I'm still just using patting motions just to pack the pigment on. Now I'm going to grab this shade right here, and I'm going to apply that right near the outer corner. I'm going to take my Morphe E17 and just buff these shades together. And I'm going to go back with my M573 and the shade Drizzle and deepen up that outer corner. And with my M441 and the shade Parched, I'm going to buff around the edges. And my M573 that I was using for Subtle, I'm going to buff around the edges again. Using my E36, I'm going to take the shade Subtle and apply that to the lower lash line. I'm going to use the same brush and dip into the shade Subtle and focus it on the outer corner of the lower lash line. I'm going to take this little e.l.f. concealer brush and the shade Filthy Rich, and I'm going to apply that to the inner corner. I'm actually going to wet my brush with some Tarte Ready Set Radiant. Alright guys, this is the finished eye look basically, so I'm going to apply some mascara, lashes, and liner, and I'll be right back with you. Hey guys, I'm back and this is the finished look. I applied some Wet n Wild megaliner and some Butter London Stroke of Wow as my eyeliner, and then I used Kiss Look So Natural lashes in the style Flirty. I also applied some Wet n Wild Golden Flower Crown Mega Glow Highlighter as my brow highlight. And this is the finished look, what we are left with. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please stay tuned for my next one. I'm not exactly sure what it'll be yet, but if you follow me on Facebook, I do a poll every week to decide on my next look. I have between 2 to 4 looks to choose from, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. Also, don't forget, once I reach 100 subscribers, I will be giving away the Pretty Vulgar Nightingale palette. So I nearly forgot. I promised one of my subscribers that I would introduce my girl Gypsy, and here she is. She is 6 pounds of fluff and love. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial, Ella. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support.